Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be talking on how to make a simple off-shoulder dress with elastic. Kindly subscribe, like, and share to friends. Thank you. So this is the fabric I'll be using for the gown. The first thing I'm going to do is to fold it into two. This is the first fold. Then I'll mark out my full length measurement, the full length of the gown. So I'll be marking out the full length of the gown. The full length of the gown is 40. I'll be adding 2 inches for the seam allowance, which is making it 42 inches. Here. Then it's an off shoulder dress. I'll be coming down by 6 inches. You can decide to come down by 4 or 5 inches, but more preferably 5 inches, 6 inches. If someone with a bigger bust, you can come down by 7 inches. So from here to here is the full length of the gown. I'll be attaching an elastic to the front. So I'm going to add an extra 1 inch on top to avoid inconveniences. For the shoulder, that's the neck area, the neck region, I'll be marking it by 10. I'll be using 10 inches on a fold. 10. This is my 10 here. Then place my tape at 6. Place my tape at 6 here. Not on the second line, not on this first. So I'm placing this tape at 6 here. This is the 6. Sorry if my chalk is not showing well. This 6 here. Then I'll come down by 3 inches, which is at 9. So I'll be able to get my bust measurement. So because I'm going to attach an elastic, I will come down by 10 instead of 9, because the elastic will draw it up. So I'll be using 10 for the bust points here. Remember that here 10 is our neck region. That's what we used, so that the elastic will fit in well. Then our bust, so the bust measurement is 34 divided by 2, which will be giving us 17 inches. You mark 17 inches here. Then you connect this neck point here to the bust point here. We divided the bust by 2 to get 17 because it has an elastic and is likely to draw. Like it's going to draw, it's going to compress, it's not going to be like a free normal gown. Yeah. Then you draw down. It's a free gown. It doesn't require any waist measurements or any hip measurements. It's just the bust measurements that we need. Just draw it down. Then you cut out. So let's cut. So this is what I have. I'll be using this to cut out another piece, which we may say is the back piece of the gown. So you mark the wrong side of the fabric. So the next thing to do is to place this first piece on this second one and cut it out. this is what I have for it. Then we'll now cut the sleeve. Remember, the sleeve also has an elastic on it. So to cut the sleeve, I'm going to just be cutting out a straight, like this way, a straight piece. My sleeve length is 13 inches. I'm making it 15. I'm making it 15 inches. Then I'll cut. So this is what I have. Then let's move on to the sewing aspect of it. So this is the gown, the one we have cut out already. This is it. So the next thing we have to do is to make a casing in front. Remember that we marked out 1 inch. This will enable us to make a casing here. We're going to make a casing on top here, this neck area. We'll do this the same thing to the other piece. So So after making a casing on the band, on the neck region, this is it. There's a casing here, there's a casing. So we'll do the same thing for the sleeve. We'll also make a casing on the sleeve. But the sleeve now, we're going to make it on top, the upper parts of it and the lower parts of it. Making a casing on the two sides of the sleeve. the up and the down, just like how we did this, the neck part of the gown. That's how we're going to do it too. So we have made the casing in this, the pieces of the gown, this and the sleeves too. We have also made a casing to it. So the next thing to do is to attach an elastic band to it. So for the neck, the gown, for the neck area, I'll be using 10 inches of this elastic for it. So I'll be cutting out 10 inches for it. So I'm going to use a set pin and pass it through the casing, then stitch on the two edges so it will not slip through. So this is me attaching the band, the elastic band. I'm using half-inch elastic band. You can still decide to use an inch, 1 inch elastic band, but preferably half-inch is more suitable for it, unless you want the boldness to be big. Then I have to stitch here, then push it out through the other end. So this is it. You pull it out. I've stitched it here. So this is it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to still stitch on it. Then this I did here, I will do it to the other piece of the gown. So for the sleeve, I'll be using 7 inches for it. 7 inches of this elastic band for the sleeve. You can use more than, but I'll be using 7 inches. You can decide to use 8 inches. I'll be using 7 for mine. So the same thing I did to the neck area, that is what I'm going to do here. So just push it in, stitch here, then push through. So I'm going to stitch here now, then push it out through the other end. The 7 inches I cut out, remember, is for the upper part of the sleeve. The down part of the sleeve, the raw sleeve is 12, so I'll be using 11 inches for it. But this now is, the 7 is for the upper part of the sleeve. So I'm going to still do the same thing to the other sleeve. I'll still attach the 7 inches or 8 inches elastic to it in the same method. So after attaching them, this is what we have. This is it. This is for the gown, this is for the sleeve. Then the next thing I have to do is to attach the sleeves to the gown. So what I have to do is, this is the tip here, this is the tip here. I'll join it together and run a stitch on it. That's how I'm going to do it. Join it together and run a stitch on it. is this one first, then you bring the other sleeve. And so this is this part. Bring the other one. And join. So this is after attaching these sleeves to the gown. This is what we have. Remember that we have not attached an elastic to the down part of the sleeve. So that's what we're going to do now. The sleeve, round sleeve is 12. I'll be using 11 for it. I'm using 11 inches. This is 11. This one is not. So I'm going to get another one and attach it just the way we attached to the upper part of it. That's how we're going to attach to the down part of the sleeve. So after attaching the elastics, this is what I have. The next thing I'll be doing is to shape the two sides of the gown. I'm going to run a stitch on it down to the edge, to the bottom. I'll be shaping the two sides of the gown. That's what I will do next. Shaping, 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 and shaping. If it is XX on you, if you think that it's too big after, like it's going to be too big on you, you can reduce the measurements. Like through your shaping, you can trim off the SXs. If you still want it to be big, maybe you want to use and carry baby or pregnancy, you can still leave it that way. So after shaping, the next thing I'm doing is to hem the bottom of the gown to hold it in, after which I will now weave the inner part of it to close that, to smoothen the rough parts of the gown. Then our gown is ready. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Do subscribe, share to friends, like, and leave your comments. Thank you.